I thought I'd share a video today about reloading, and namely about the Dillon press and why the Dillon press. I've been reloading for quite a few years now, and I started out like a lot of folks do. My dad had an old RCBS rock chucker, single stage press, and I started on that. And it's a great press, don't get me wrong, but it takes quite a while to do things. So what I've done is I've got two presses set up here. They're both a Dillon 550B, and basically you can see the setup here. This one doesn't have the tool head in it, but they're a progressive press. And what makes Dillon so cool is that the tool head can be removed. So if you can see this right here, this is a tool head stand, and my dies stay right on the tool head and just slide into place, and then there's pins to pin it in place. But what's cool is once I get everything set, then it stays like that. When it comes time to change caliber, I just slide the tool head out, and then I can slide a new one up. Now I've got all different ones set up for everything that I reload, but I just kind of wanted to take you through this real quick and kind of show you the process. So this one's set up with 9mm, and the reason why I have two presses set up, I ended up doing a case feed conversion on this one, and I don't have it all the way set up right now, but the case feeder's up here. Basically you dump the empty cases in there, and then there's a system that brings the case down and feeds it. To be honest with you, it's a great system, but I don't find myself using it all that much. If you've got a lot of stuff to load and you're going to load a bunch of stuff, then great, set it up and it works great. Typically I find myself changing from caliber to caliber, so I don't usually have it set up like that. The reason why I have two is because I originally had this one set up for pistol and this one set up for rifle. And I've kind of changed the way I'm doing things now. Typically I leave the priming system in them, and I have this one set up for small primers and this one set up for large. So this will do all my large pistol or large rifle. This will do small pistol or small rifle. That way I can leave the priming system alone. So let's take you through this really quick, and I'll kind of show you the process and why a progressive stage press is so much better and so nice. Okay, so our first step to this is to load our primers. So I'm hoping you can see this on the camera here. I'm going to take my primers and I'm going to load them onto this flip tray. And here's just a few. This is about 20 primers or so. You can do a full 100 in these pickup tubes and it works great. So the flip tray basically just works so that I can shake it around and all my primers end up the same way. And then I can put the cover on, flip it over, and now my primers are ready to load. So I'm going to use a pickup tube and just pick up all these primers. Like I said, you can do a full 100 in these pickup tubes. And if you've got a lot of loading, it's kind of nice. We've got quite a few tubes so that I can load up multiple tubes and be ready to go. Okay, so now with our primers in the pickup tube, we're just going to load them in. And what this is a primer, low primer sensor. So the way this works, when the primers are in here and I'm starting to go through them, if I'm not paying attention, that'll buzz and tell me, but that thing gets in the way. So I typically don't use it, and I just watch as I'm priming. So that shows how many primers I've got. Like I said, there's about 20 in here. Okay, the way this press works, it's kind of cool. Everything is done on it. So what we'll do is we're going to take one case and we'll go through each station, and I'm going to kind of show you, and then I'm going to show you how it works progressive. So I take my cases, these are freshly shot cases, and then I've tumbled them for probably 4 or 5 hours in corn cob material, so they're pretty bright and shiny, nice and clean. Okay, so I take one case in, I put it in. Now when I cycle the press, it's going to push that case up into the size die, size that case, and then as it comes down, it's picked up a primer. So then I can see that primer right there. So now I'm going to load and push forward, and now I've primed it. So I sized and primed the case. Now as I rotate the index plate, I'm now in line with my powder charge. So I manipulate the press, and now I have a powder charge. If I index it around again, this is my bullet seating stage. I can seat a bullet. Now I've seated a bullet on there. Go around one more time. This is my crimp die. So I'm going to put a crimp on the shell, the cartridge, and now I have a completed cartridge. And what makes the Dillon so cool is it's all progressive. So I'm going to show you this progressive. So we're going to put one in, we're going to size, prime. Now while I'm sizing, I'm priming, this one just got a powder shot. So I go around again, load a case. This time I'm going to seat a bullet, size, seat a bullet, and powder charge. Rotate again. And we're just repeating this process. Now it's cool, now with each time I rotate the press, I have a completed cartridge. And you can see this really, you can get cooking along pretty good. You have to pay attention, make sure you don't run out of powder. I've been very happy with the powder throw charge on this. It's very consistent. So let's just close these out here. And that's pretty much all there is to it. You're basically, your setup is a lot the same with other presses. The biggest difference are these tool heads. And as you see, I can pull the pins, slide my tool head out, new tool head goes back in. I changed the shell plate and these little brass pins, and I'm ready to rock and roll on a different caliber. Now some things, I do some precision reloading, like for my 308 and some stuff like that. And typically I don't even use this powder thrower. I use an empty powder collet, and then I hand trickle, or I have it dispensed by my powder dispensing unit. But anyway, I just wanted to share this with you really quick. I've had a lot of friends ask me about reloading, how to get into it, what they should go do, what they should buy. And you know what? I'm going to tell you hands down the Dillon press. The Dillon press is the best one that I've found, and it's so cool to have that head come right out of the top so you can change your stuff up. It is a royal pain in the, to pull your dies out and screw them down in and then get them set. And you know, a lot of guys, you're going to go to the store and you're going to think, you know what, I'm just going to get a single stage press and it'll work good for me. If you picture yourself doing much reloading, don't even mess with that. Go right to the Dillon. You're going to spend just a little bit more money, but it'll be a lot better in the long run, because in 6 months you won't be down back at the store buying a whole new press. So anyway, that's my thoughts with the Dillon. I do believe it's hands down the best system out there. Anyway, I hope this was educational and you found it some good use. Anyway, check out the Dillon products. It's just DillonPrecision.com. Thanks.